Hey, welcome to the spring 2023 semester at the Crown College for your master's. We're going to dive into ED 599 and 598. So that's the elementary and secondary teacher practicum courses. But before we do, we'll go ahead and open up in a word of prayer. So thank you so much, dear Heavenly Father, for allowing us to come together to learn once again, Lord. I pray that you would be with my students as they're putting together their portfolios this semester, and that you would just give them grace and peace and just wisdom to be able to do the best job that could bring you glory through it all, Lord. And we just thank you and we love you and we just praise your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, welcome, Dr. Henkel here, and I'm going to be with you this semester to help you with these courses. So you're either going to be in the elementary part or in the secondary portion of these courses. So they both coincide with each other. So when I'm speaking of one, I'm also speaking of the other and vice versa. So just know that as we move forward through this course. So when you get into Moodle, you'll either be in secondary, elementary, and then here's a course description with all of my contact information here. So I want you to have that handy. And if you need to talk through the Moodle, then you can also go through here and press this little button and be able to individually speak with me there. Now, here are a lot of templates that you can use throughout the course. So right here's your syllabus. I want you to click on that and you'll pull this up and you will have all of my contact information here. Now for this course, instead of the classes opening up weekly, they're going to open up monthly. So at the beginning of each month, so the Sunday before the first of every month, I will open up the next month for the course. So January is open, and then when it gets to the end of January, I'll open February, all the way through the end of April is the last month to open. So here's your course description, your textbook. You'll use your APA manual and the King James Bible. Here are your objectives for the course requirements, important dates, student-teacher interaction, course policies, and grading scale, all for your pleasure to read. Now here is our tentative course schedule, okay? So I want you to know that you'll be working on a portfolio and the end result will be due in April. But we're going to work on it piece by piece each month, and in the end, you'll have it ready to go to submit. So basically, what you're doing is you're putting everything that you've learned from your master's program and you're putting it into action, and then you are going to submit that everything that is cumulative for throughout the past few years that you've been doing this, and just it's the fruit of what you've learned. Okay, so that way you can take it and use it in your everyday life and career. So you'll see here January assignments are in this block. Then you have February, March, and April. And then after that, it's just some references. So for January, let's go over those. You're going to go and get familiar with Moodle, review your syllabus. You're going to have an action research project. You're going to submit the topic for that. You're going to develop your resume, or if you want to do a curriculum vitae, you may do your CV as well. Curriculum unit description and practicum logs and reflections go next, okay? So, yes, okay. Here are your assignments. You're going to watch the video for each month, okay? And you're doing that now. Good job. So January 15th, you have your action research project topic. You're going to submit that. Also on the 15th, your curriculum unit description is due. The 22nd, you'll upload your resume. And then the 29th, you'll turn in all your logs and your reflections for the course, okay? So now we're going to go and pull up another document. This is your portfolio components document, very important document. And I want to go over this. So you'll be working on this piece by piece. And at the end, this is what needs to be this is what it will entail. You'll have your title page, table of contents. Then you'll have an introduction section. This is where you'll put and introduce yourself in the portfolio. You'll have your resume after that. Then you're going to get letters of reference. I suggest you have at least two. So you're going to get some from your college supervisors or maybe a teacher or an administrator of where you've worked or working. And then you can also add in some formal and informal evaluations behind that as well. But I want you to get 2 letters of reference, okay? I know that's not listed there, so just make a note of that, please. Next section for your portfolio is going to be your philosophy of education statement. This is going to address your view of education based on scriptural foundation and other supporting cited documentation. So you can refer to the paper that you submitted for your history and philosophy of education course. So please note that. And then it needs to be readable and no longer than 3 to 4 double-spaced pages in length. So it's not to be like a very lengthy document. And then it also needs to include citations of at least 6 sources, not including the Bible. You will have the Bible, though. And then following the statement, there should be a substantial bibliography. So that's where your citations are going to be, okay, at the end of that. Next, your big project is going to be an action research project. So you're going to take something and you're going to put it into action and you're going to make a change with this project, okay, within where you work. So let me go over that with you. You're going to work with an administrator to complete a small action research project that meets the needs of your school. So it can either be qualitative or quantitative in nature. So you're going to take what you learn in your research and education course and apply it here. Okay. Now it's not going to be the same in-depth type of thing, but it is going to take what you've learned in that course and apply it and use it here. So you'll do quant or qual, your choice. Now you can work with the dean of graduate school to help you with your methodology sections. Please note that I'm also here to help you with that. I do not mind. Your research project must be 12 to 15 double-spaced APA formatted pages, and you're going to include the 5 sections. It's going to include your introduction, review of your literature, methodology, and I am going to go in and make a change of this. I changed it for the other course. Analysis of results. That's going to be 1 section. So instead of doing results and discussion, you're going to merge those together, and you're going to have that as your analysis of results. Yes, that's what I changed it to. Okay, so that's your 4th section. So please note that. So print this out, cross that out, change that to analysis of results. And then your 5th section will be your conclusion. Okay, so finally, you'll have your references at the end, and it's going to be 15 minimum research journal articles, peer reviewed, that you'll use for this action research project. Okay. Then you have, a curriculum unit project. You'll select a topic that's age appropriate, develop a curriculum unit. So this will be fun. If you've done something previously in another course like this, that's fine to use that and modify and adapt it to this course. I do not mind. The curriculum unit must span at least 8 to 12 weeks. So you're doing a unit, okay, not just a lesson. The topic should be independent or expand beyond what is covered in the textbooks for that subject or grade. It is highly recommended that the student develop a curriculum unit that they could use in their future teaching career. So this is something that I want you to create and then also be applicable that you can use, okay? It needs to include the following parts. And then each month you'll see we work on each section. So this isn't something that you do right away. It's a little bit here and there. And then it'll be done by the end of April. So your scope, that's one part of this project. So you're going to develop a scope that will give an overview of your curriculum unit. In the scope, you'll have a narrative summary of the curriculum in paragraph form, and you'll list student-oriented goals. 2 to 4 goals is typical, and performance objectives for each goal, which would be about 2 to 4 objectives for each goal. Lastly, students will list in bulleted form the desired understandings, knowledge, and skills that they will gain from the time this unit is complete. So that's what your scope section will be about. Next is your sequence. You'll develop a chart that will show the goals and objectives of the unit, timeframe, content and activities, assessments, evaluations, government standards, etc. Okay, you'll use this sequence map as a template. There's a sequence map that you'll use as a template or as a guide, okay, and I'll show you where that is. Then you'll have a monthly lesson overview. Students will map out their curriculum unit over the designated time frame. Students will complete the monthly lesson plan template, and I'll show you where that is as well. And you'll fill in the content to be covered, unique teaching activities, assessments, deadlines for projects, and any other items of significance. Next are your daily lesson plans. You'll have at least 5 example lesson plans developed in this curriculum unit. Students will complete the lesson plan template, and the lesson plans can come from any part of the curriculum unit. They can be part from a lesson, which from each part of the lesson plan, the template could be completed. Instructional objectives, evaluation, etc. Okay. Now, so that's then you'll have monthly lesson overview, your daily lesson plans. You'll have teaching materials. You're going to give at least 5 examples of teaching materials. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Technology implementation. How are you going to put technology into this? PowerPoints, web pages, etc. Okay. So you'll just integrate that into your lesson plans. And then educational assessments. Students will provide 5 different assessments that are to be used in the curriculum unit. So that could be a quiz, test, rubrics, peer assessments, exit tickets, however, whatever you want to use for your assessments. Okay. And if you need ideas, please let me know and I will help you get ideas for all of this different components of your curriculum unit project. I remember I did one and I did it on frogs, I believe, and I still have it and created it many, many moons ago, probably 20 years ago. So here we go. Additional documents and artifacts. Students may show a collection of materials as teaching materials, lesson plans, assessments, aids, forms, etc. that they personally created and improved to aid in the teaching process. So you're going to begin this with a list, okay, of documents and artifacts. And then you're going to have a title for each document and provide a brief explanation for each one. You're going to have 10 to 25 documents. You're going to show me the before and then the after on how you changed this document and made it better, okay? So a minimum of 10, maximum of 25. Since we have the curriculum unit, I don't really see it necessary for you to do more than 10. So if you want to just do 10, that's completely fine with me. They are documents that your school uses that they have, but maybe they need to be tweaked a little bit. And so you'll do that and then you'll show me the before one and then the after one and then that will be submitted. And this is part of your portfolio. Okay. Now, the last thing are your activity logs, okay, and your reflections. There's a form for each of these. So for your logs, you're going to log time spent on activities including meetings, college with school or personnel, school functions, observations, field experiences, etc. You're going to log a minimum of 40 hours of practicum responsibilities, not including time spent on this course though. Okay, so 40 hours. Now, please note, this section's only required if you have not completed a teaching internship in your undergraduate program or had no formal teaching experience within your specialization. So if you can document and show me and tell me that you have completed field experience with a teaching internship in your undergrad program, then you do not have to log these 40 hours or do these reflections. Okay. I think last semester I didn't have anybody that needed to do that. So that will cut down your workload if you can let me know about that. Okay. But if you haven't done that for some reason, then this is very important because you will be able to get hours um, observing other teachers and gaining information by observation. Okay, so 40 hours of that. Then, if you didn't do that, like it mentioned up here, you'll also need to do the reflections. And what you'll do is you'll spend a minimum of 15 hours in direct observation. Okay, and it could be tutoring, teaching, other educational responsibilities. You can split it up. Just try not to do it all like observing tutoring for 15 hours. Try to do it in a variety of um, areas, okay? And then you'll fill out a form for each hour of those observations. So you'll have 15 forms total for that. So there'll be a spot where you will email me and tell me, or I'll show you in the Moodle if you have done a internship or not. Okay. Now, when I went and did mine, I did. So that was part of it in Texas. We had to do student teaching. So I wouldn't require you to do that if that's something that you've already done. Okay. So here's your time log form. Let me download that for you. It's right underneath your portfolio components form. So here it is. So if you're going to experience or observe and log your hours, this is the form that you will submit. You'll do it monthly, and you'll just keep adding to it for the total hours that you need by the end. And then here is your reflection form for the 15 hours of reflection that you would fill out one per hour. And so you would give a summary here and then a reflection here. So it's not a long form. You can just type it in there and like a paragraph for each one. Okay, so you do 15 of those if that's something that you are required to do. Here's your curriculum unit sequence map. Let's show that to you as well. Lots of forms, lots of stuff to go over at the beginning of this course. But once you've seen it all, you'll be good. So this is what you'll use for your curriculum unit sequence map. So you'll write your goals here, your objectives, time frame, content activities, assessments, and government standards. Okay, so you're going to use that. Then you have your monthly lesson plan template. So you're going to use this for that curriculum unit project as well. So let me pull that up, and then there'll be one more to show you after that. So this is the form that you will use to do your monthly lesson plans. Okay, so you'll just type it in here. It's supposed to be short and sweet, nothing in depth, just a bulleted list in each day of what's going to happen. So it just kind of gives you an overall view of what's going to happen that month. And then here's your lesson plan template. This is where you'll get more in depth with the lesson plan. Okay, so you'll have your title there, and then you'll fill in the rest there. Okay, so if you have any questions about any of those forms, please let me know. I'm here to help you. Those you don't need to worry about. So here's January assignments. So each month, remember, I will open up the new month's worth of assignments for you to do. So here you'll find the video with me, but you found it, so good job. I'll have that for each month. And then here you're going to upload your action research project topic. So what topic you want to do, put it there for approval. Then here's where you'll upload your resume. Here is where you'll tell me your curriculum unit description. And then here's your January logs and reflections. So what I want you to go ahead and do is email me personally if you have already done an internship, because I don't see a spot for that. You know what? I'll go ahead and add one on there. So I'm going to add a place where you tell me if you have done an internship, yes or no. That way I know if you need to complete your practicum logs or your reflection forms or not. So that's only applicable if you have not done some type of formal internship training, okay, with your education. So just let me know. I'll go ahead and put a little spot here for that so that you can do that. So if y'all have any other questions, if I went too fast over something, I know this was a lot, just message me, call me, email me, text me. I'm always here to help, and I will love to do so, and I'll love to hear from y'all. Y'all have a great month, and I will be here for you, and take care. Bye-bye.